everybody. Welcome back to Ventthis. I'm here with my good, lovely best friend, Paul.
Oh, that's me.
That's Paul.
What a great title.
You
Lovely
are. You're
and
a
best
great
friend. I'll take both of those, Chrissy. Back at you.
Thank you. Well, today's episode, we're titling it, I'm going to scream. And we got some wacky events. One about baby names, ask me to help with groceries, and toothpaste explosion, which that's kind of crazy. But before we get into that,
Hmm.
I just have a question for Paul. Last time we spoke,
Oh,
Paul, yeah, you said something about there was a vent about toilet paper and how some people like it rolled from the front, some people like it rolled from the back. And you
uh-huh.
said, which kind of like alarmed me, oh, well, most women like toilet paper from the back. And I'm like, what? Can you please justify your answer, please? The
Yeah,
world
it's
is
not.
listening.
Oh, yeah. Well, as they should. I'm not just speculating. This is confirmed science. Women, women like their toilet paper roll facing backwards, which is it's backwards because not only it's you have to reach behind the roll to grab it, but it's also the incorrect way. That's why I say it's backwards. Women do a lot of things right that men don't. Toilet paper is not one of them. Men have perfected the science of toilet paper tearing. The toilet paper needs to face the front. It's ergonomically correct. You have a better chance of a one-handed tear. And that's what we want. We want the efficiency of the one-handed tear. You don't want to have to reach across your body. We all know the position of the throne. It's not in front of us. And even if it were, it's just easier to tear from the front. Women like that stream shit. They like to be out there like they're doing streamers in the wind, like kids having fun. They want to yank the paper. They want to let it stream through the air. And then they re-roll it on their hand like a mummy,
Oh, for
like a
heaven's
mummy. Yeah, it's like back in the day when you had cassettes. When you roll it to one side and it comes from the other, that's yeah. So I stand firm. Do you have questions or
Well,
concern or
first of all, where the hell is this data? Nobody does toilet paper data. Never heard of such a thing.
I
A,
do. I do.
you have toilet paper data.
I bring it up in conversation not unusually often, but I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say but it's probably more often than usual because no one brings it up. But I've brought it up. I've asked people, and the jury's in.
So
Men do it
men,
right.
okay.
Well, all right. Okay. Look, I'll say this. I can't say men do it right, even though I believe that. But based on my evidence, I can say there is definitely a provable consistency that men do face the roll forward and women do face it rear. That I don't think there's any argument. And I would love to hear from our listeners. I don't think there's any argument. Right or wrong, that's very subjective because what does right and wrong mean? If you want that streamer shit flying through the air, well, then yeah, I guess you do it right, women. Men, if you want it to tear cleanly, we do it right. But right or wrong, out. Women, it faces the rear. Men, it faces the front.
You know what?
Which way do you face, Chrissy?
Back.
See?
I know, but it has
And
nothing to do with what you said. It's just when I put the roll in,
sure.
I do the back and I pull it from there. I think visually it looks better when it's from the back. That's the real reason why I do
Well,
it.
that might be something. Maybe that's part. Okay, so visually.
Yeah.
You like the visual. Now, what about this, Chrissy? You ever been to a hotel? Might I even say a motel? Some of them, even the lower end places that I
I
might frequent.
understand.
They do that little housekeeping does that little
Yeah.
fold, that little two-sided fold, so it make it kind of pointy.
Yes.
That's attractive, isn't it?
Yes. And that's from the front.
That is on the front, Chrissy.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know. I know.
right.
But that's just yes, and most hotels do that. You're absolutely right.
Sure.
But to say we would love to ask our listeners, honest to God, if you guys write in or send a voice vent and let us know your preference, you'll get a Ventthis hat. Right,
Send
sent
us a
right to
picture of
you.
your roll. Send us a picture of your roll. Show us your rolls, folks. Show us your roll. I don't mean your Golden Corral fatty rolls. I mean, you want to
How can
send
they
it
show
to
us our roles? How can they show the picture?
well, some people's
Oh, on an
cellular
email, on the email,
telephones
they can.
have cameras. Yeah, they just snap
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pic.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Like I said, if
I
I
want to
are,
know.
yeah, I
I
do
want to know.
too. I want to know.
Chelsea, Chelsea and I were talking about things that we could both do for each other. Oh yeah, the number 818. Gary had it for us and then he took it away. There we go. 818-570-2535. Be dialing. It's a great line from SNL. Yeah. Chelsea and I were talking about, we're just doing some relationship maintenance one day and checking in and there's just some things that we want to know from each other. What could I be doing to make your life a little easier? Is there anything that bugs you, whatever?
Nice.
Well, we don't do this on a schedule, but once in a while it's good to check in. And I was like, well, just little stuff that you do that it doesn't, I don't care. I don't really care, but there are just little things that sometimes they can add up. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I don't know. Just the toilet paper. You always do it facing the rear. It would just be nice, because if you don't, I don't know. I just like it that way. And it's not that we have to do things my way. She believes, she believes she has no preference. And I
Oh,
said, well, great. Here's a great toggle situation. You have no preference. I have a preference. Can we just do it my way because you don't care? And in another situation where I don't care, we'll do things your way. She says, yeah. And for about a week, that toilet paper was facing forward and it was nice. It was
okay.
a nice feeling. It was considerate. I knew she was thinking about me. I knew it didn't come natural to her. So it made me feel special. It made me, it was very endearing.
Okay.
And it lasted about a week. And then came in old science, old biology,
Okay.
chemistry. She had no choice in the matter. She was overrun by what Darwin would say has been in her DNA for as long as we've walked or swam.
Well, I don't think we're going
Salmon
to
inside
agree
took
with
over.
this.
Huh?
I don't think we're going to agree with your science. But
Women won't.
yeah,
Women
women
won't because they
won't.
take offense to it. They
Yeah.
don't like to be labeled as women. That's what I find. That's what I find.
Oh,
I find
God.
that women. No, listen. I'm telling you. I find no that face you're making. That is just as inherent as the urge to make it face backwards. Women don't like to hear that they face the toilet paper in the direction they do because they're a woman. Whereas men, when we're like, yeah, that is the right way to do it. I think we all agree, men, right? It's not. But there's no offense to it being a female that you have no choice in it. There's no
Yeah, but you're
offense. It's
making it
it's not.
sound like it's gender related, that women like the back roll. So that's
It
what you're
is.
making it. And it's ridiculous. And I
It
don't agree
is.
with you.
It is. Look. Do women often wearing dresses more than men? I'm just saying. Is that a gender role?
That's clothes made for women and clothes made for men. Yes,
Well, do
some
you know?
men
Do you
wear
know?
dresses.
Do you know why those clothes were made? Because the manufacturers knew there would be buyers. They knew that.
Okay.
And you know why there are buyers? Because women have inherent interests that make them slightly different from men, and there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Well, we can agree to disagree. And
I just love that it bothers because you're
it
not the only one.
does.
A lot of women, no women want to take this as a
Yeah.
it's like when Dave Chappelle said he found out that all black people like fried chicken. And he's like, "Oh, God damn it." He's like, "I thought I loved fried chicken because it was delicious. I didn't know it was because I had no
Yeah,
genetic choice in the
exactly.
matter." It's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same, but it's fine. Fried chicken is still delicious. Toilet paper is still convenient. You face it the wrong way, it still wipes well.
Oh, God. Okay. I think we've had enough of the toilet paper. Jesus. I think we need Loretta. Loretta, you're done, right?
Loretta needs to wipe this shit up. Can I say
Oh
that?
my God. Hit it,
Oh, come
Loretta.
on. It had to be
Go.
done.
My wife and I are having our first baby, so we decided to throw a party to reveal the name. When the big reveal came, no one liked the name. They asked why we picked it, and no one in the family has that name, and it's too long, blah, blah, blah. Should we change the name? I am so disappointed at their reaction. What do you Ventthis think of the name? Opal Mabel Mildred Cunningham. Not our real last name. Signed, first time dad.
Paul, you take this away. You just had a baby.
First of all, I was really afraid they weren't going to actually tell us the name. It really sounded for a moment like they were just going to have us guess on principle whether people should judge a baby's name, which I can get behind. Opal, Mabel, Mildred, Cunning. Did I get that right? Was it Mildred? Was that the third?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. She'll be the first baby born 87 years old. I've never, she's going to be born in black and white. She's going to come, this
I hear you.
baby is going to come out inherently with an urge to churn butter. I don't like there's no reason you should do this. This baby is going to be most comfortable in a covered wagon drawn by horses. This is brutal.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually do think it's shitty.
So you don't like the name.
Which one? Like what you could have thrown in like a Nebuchadnezzar or just get into it. Why not get biblical? Why not go Old Testament? What? Who the hell?
Okay.
If you have another one, who's the brother going to be? Wilbur Orville? Like Jesus. Wilbur Orville Jesus. You could name him that, and those would still be more modern names.
Okay, so you think that these people had a right to not like the name as opposed to going, "Oh, you're having your first baby. What a wonderful name that is." You think it's okay for your relatives or friends to go, "That name sounds like shit. Are you kidding me right here, right now?"
Yeah.
You
Well,
do.
you know what? Because I think in this case, they're genuinely looking out for the kid. It's not like, hey, I don't like your shirt, like it's like, well, but then again, if you had I don't know, just something really ridiculous or offensive on your shirt, your friend might be like, hey, you're going to lose some friends, piss people off. You're looking out for the baby.
Yeah.
This kid's got to go through school as Mildred Mabel. God,
Opal.
Opal.
Well, that's the thing. I know the names have no connection to the family, which a lot of people do, right? They give a middle name. So they were kind of surprised at that. It must be that they love the name Mildred, which I agree with you. It sounds like it's from 1922. And
Mildred.
Opal, like uh, they sound very old fashioned. And I just don't think people have. I don't think to ruin the parade, they should say, I don't like the name, like friends or family. Either go, oh, that's nice, and keep your
Look,
mouth shut.
we
Or,
named, huh? Sorry.
no, I mean, I just don't think it's nice to do that to someone.
We named our little girl Vienna Sweet Pea Roseberry.
Oh,
That's fun, right? I mean,
it's cute.
look,
It's
we
adorable.
Sweet Pea is kind of a little wild. Yeah, it's an unusual it's on the more fun side. But you know
Yeah.
what? That's a middle name. It's a
Yeah.
middle name. Her first name Vienna. We think it's very sophisticated and worldly and all good things. I don't think there's a lot of pushback on Vienna, but a lot of people most looked at us like we were kidding when we said Sweet Pea for a middle name, and we're like, well, okay, guess you don't get it. You're kind of square,
Yeah.
but Sweet Pea is fun. It's cute. Like it
Yeah.
was Popeye and Olive Oil's baby's name. We just figured she'll always have a fun fact to tell when she gets a new job or something like this. If conversation, she'll be funny. You got to be a little bit funny with a middle name like
Agreed.
Sweet Pea, but it's still fun. Mildred, Mabel,
Yeah. Not
come
sure.
on,
Yeah. I'm
come
with
on.
you.
Where do you go with that,
Millie,
Millie? I don't know, like Opal.
Opie.
Opal. Like opal wouldn't be so bad. It reminds my mom had an opal ring. It's kind of an attractive little stone. If you went like opal and then like a normal name, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like for one, I do think I don't think any of those are the last name. So they gave the kid two middle names,
Yeah.
and all three names are pretty junk. You're 0 for 3. All three are pretty junk. And I would be very curious what the last name is. I understand why they didn't share it,
Yeah.
but it better be Jones or Smith or Stevens or something easy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Good God.
I'm,
Finkelstein is not going to go easy to follow that shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I don't
I'm with
know.
you.
This girl better be so hot when she's older. I hope to God she has good genetics.
Yeah.
You got to be a hot Mabel in
Wha-
2034 or whenever the hell she's.
Well, I don't know how we agree or disagree with this venter, but I will say good luck. Not a
Well,
huge,
hold on.
yeah,
All right, yeah, because people do write in. So it seems we're on the side of the venter. We do agree with the venter that this is a lot. This is a lot that people are, or it seems that was where the venter is coming from. They're at least asking our opinion on people pushing back, and I think the pushback is reasonable, but maybe make it constructive, and just say, to the parents, do you feel that outside of an Amish community, this kid is going to have a comfortable upbringing? Are you Amish? Do you plan on becoming Amish? Are you going to join any sort of a religious cult which does not use electricity or current technology? If so, then we get it. And this is the canary in the coal mine. Sure, should we have a going away party and beyond your gender reveal? But here's the beauty. Here's the beauty. You know what I love about this venter? It sounded like this was revealed. Didn't it sound like it was revealed at the gender reveal?
yes,
So that means the baby's not born. This
right.
isn't legal. Chrissy, there's time. These people can
Okay.
be helped.
That's good
And I say
advice.
these people, I mean the baby can be helped, but the parents too.
Yeah.
So I think a conversation where you say, "Hey, look, I know, hey, I feel you," because it's all about empathy now. I feel you to the parents. I heard everyone was giving you shit. And I thought that was so messed up. So I reached out to the best podcast on the internet. And fortunately, they heard because your situation was so pressing. They cut right through all the other minutia. You have a real problem on your hands. And these people agreed. And
Yeah.
they said, we should talk and just have you step in, have you have some empathy, step in the foot of your kid and maybe pick one of those.
All right.
Opal or Mabel or
Okay.
Millie. Pick one and
Millie
then do your
Vanilli.
kid a solid and give her something hot.
Yeah,
Fox,
Millie
throw in
Vanilli.
Fox.
Yeah, yeah.
Millie,
Look what happened to them.
I jumped off a roof.
All right. Well, I hope we helped in some way, but should we just should we move on to the next
Keep
one, Paul?
Millie away from roofs when she reaches maturity.
Yeah.
You're setting her up. You got a bad precedent.
All right, let's go to the next
Good
one.
God.
Let's move on to we can go on forever. Hit
It's
Loretta,
hilarious. At
hit
least
it,
they try.
girl.
All right.
You know what pisses me off is when I come home after grocery shopping and my wife yells from across the house, "Need help?" Of course I need help. I'm carrying a 50-pound grocery bag, so get off your butt and meet me at the door. Of course, I can't get mad at my wife. She is so cute. Am I weak? And are men weak in general? Signed, pushover.
Oh, this is a good one. Paul, are you weak?
Chrissy, I'm strong enough to know this guy's weak. I can tell you that. Listen,
Nice.
Venter, a big part of venting is having some strength of gust inside of you. You got to have some sort of a fury, some sort of a buildup. I don't think you have any buildup because if you did, you'd use it to get off your ass and just go help your wife. You clearly see she needs a hand. Go do it.
No, Paul, it's the guy venting about his wife.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is a sad sack. You gotta, you know what? Nothing inside of you as a man goes, oh, here's my wife doing something physical that is clearly arduous enough that I have to offer help because it occurred to me she could probably use help. He on his own knew she could use a hand.
But
But instead, he asks her, hoping that he'll be off the hook of something he knows he should be doing.
no,
Get
but
off your ass
no,
and go do it.
Paul, the guy's carrying the grocery bag and he's asking his wife for help.
Is he? Are you sure? Did I take that wrong? Gary, what did that
Yeah.
sounded like the guy was on the couch and he sees his wife walking in.
No, the guy walked in with a 50-pound grocery bag and his wife yelled out, "Need help?"
Oh, I completely misunderstood and I apologize.
Yeah.
I did drink last night and I might have had some bad pokey that gave me some night sweats. So anyway, that I take that back, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar for carrying on all the bags. And when your wife sees you carrying all of them and she asks if you need a hand, I don't know, man. That is a little gray. It's a little gray because some things are just for us to do. We just knock it out. And also too, I don't know if this is all of us, but I think it's all of us. I don't know if it's men or women, like the toilet paper. Isn't it fun to see how many plastic bags you can carry in one hand?
Uh-huh.
Isn't it fun
Yes.
to see if you can get some freak number of like superhuman
Yeah. And that's what I do. You're right. I'll put like 3 bags on each arm and walk in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you go
Um,
all the way up the arm like you've been shopping at Fifth Avenue.
I think this venter, this man was trying to say that he's done the grocery shopping, he's done all that legwork, and now he's coming in the house and he probably figured she knows I went and got a whole bunch of groceries. Just come out to the car and help me bring the bags in, as opposed to her saying, "Do you need help?" Well, he's gonna need help. Even if he doesn't, it's kind of nice to go out there and
There
go,
you go,
"Hi,
Chrissy.
honey, let me take a bag away from you. I know you're strong and handsome and buff, but let me
Yeah,
help."
Chrissy.
What? I know, I kind of went in a weird way.
No,
I know.
I like that. You
Yeah.
get into it, Chris.
Yeah. But
Episode
that
69. What?
if you're going to make me laugh again, I can't focus.
Well,
So
either
that's, I
way.
think, what the venter was saying. Just, know that I'm going to come in with a bunch of stuff. That was it.
You know, and I like where you're going with it, Chrissy. I totally agree. And I think there is an opportunity here because it sounds like this guy feels like he's doing all of a job that could be a couple job,
Yeah.
an opportunity for the couple to work together a little symbiosis, which is what we
Yeah.
all like. It keeps things going. So maybe either I think there are two things he could consider here, and both in the same conversation with his wife. First, you could, hey, hon, I noticed, yeah, you ask if I could use a hand when you could see I could clearly use a hand. Let me ask you, do you ask but not help because are there things you feel that you do all by yourself that I should be helping you? Is there anything under you know what I mean? Is there anything
Yeah.
boiling a little bit? Is there like, oh, do you feel like I'd leave you hanging when it's laundry time? Or, is there something I could be helping you with better? I really think he should ask that. And he may get his answer. She might be like, well, yeah, actually, you leave me with the dishes for 2 hours when if we did it together, it could be done in 20 minutes. The laundry, I would love a hand sometimes. I feel like I do it all by myself. Yeah. So then he'd find out, oh shit, here's great opportunities for us to work together more often. And
I,
if not, if she's like, oh wow, no, they're reading too far into it. I'm just a lazy crazy, then he might be able to get this out of the way because I do think a huge part of relationship success is one, communication, and two, in real time. Nip it in the bud. You don't want this could go 8 years. You know what I mean? This could have been going 8 years where he's like, God damn it, woman. Why don't you just
Yeah,
help
you
me with
might
the
be right,
groceries?
Paul. You might be right. There might be some underlying issue here that she's
Could
sort of
be.
trying to convey to him. I didn't think about it that way, but I actually think you're right. I like that. And then, like you said, communication. Just say, all right, I will do that, but just remember, when I need help with something, just to be right there for me too. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
like
open the
that.
door. Open the door and let,
Yeah,
let let her know, hey, I've always got hands for you. If there's something that you could use a
yeah,
hand with, physical or even mental, you're stressing about some shit from work or, whatever. Let me know. Don't go
yeah.
carrying all the groceries alone, whatever those groceries may be. And then this may help the relationship in a lot of ways. Maybe she wants a hand cooking those groceries. She's like, yeah, I do see you carrying it all, but you don't give me a hand for shit when it comes to cutting onions. So the hell with you. I figured you do your job and I do mine. Now let's work together on both.
Or she could say, "Well, I don't have much on, but I'd still like to come out to the door and help you."
God damn, Chrissy, you sultry, sultry thing, you. Episode 69 is getting hot.
All right, I
And
think.
then it would become that episode we had way back when the neighbor would go out front in her bikini,
Oh yeah.
and the neighbors didn't like it because their kids could see. Yeah, you get this wife coming out in, fishnets and
Whoa.
garters to help bring in the groceries.
To
Wow.
to be continued.
To
All
be
right,
continued. Put some ice on
Loretta,
it.
hit us with the last one.
Toothpaste tubes should be redesigned. When you get to the end of a tube and give it one last hard squeeze, suddenly this extra slab of toothpaste comes squirting out. Now it's way too much paste for the toothbrush to handle. You end up wasting all this paste and you can't shove it back into the tube, so you flood your mouth with this extra toothpaste that you don't need. Why don't Chuck and Chris help me design a new tube?
Well,
I think this is great. I sometimes, you're familiar with the term love at first sight. This is love at first opinion. I love this person right out the gate because I have strong toothpaste feelings.
really?
I do. And maybe there is something to the bathroom, connection here between toilet paper and toothpaste. And, but here's the thing. I find it very frustrating that toothpaste, it becomes such a job toward the end of the tube. It really does. It's so easy in the
Yeah.
beginning, but like something about that last third, it's not even just the last bit. It's like, it's amazing how much longer a toothpaste tube lasts than what you think. It should be gone. And if I were a less frugal person, maybe that would be one of my wealths in life. To be able to throw my phone when I get pissed and not worry about buying a new one, and be able to throw away toothpaste tubes when they become the slightest bit inconvenient. I fully agree. I also will say, I think we've been misled, and I think we've been miseducated as people. And I would love to spearhead this with our listener, our venter. Big toothpaste has caused us to think we need more toothpaste on our toothpaste heads than we really do. And it's a sham. It's a sham to sell more toothpaste. When you look at the commercial, the way they do that elegant, that like, oh, so much toothpaste, that thick bead of toothpaste all across the head of your toothbrush. You don't need it. Just a little bit. Toothpaste likes to create a lather. It loves to suds up. It's very good at that. And I have spent years coming by A/B testing to learn just how little toothpaste I could put on the toothpaste head and still get a great mouth of suds. And you'd be amazed. It's so little. It's so little. Toothpaste is better than you realize.
This is
And we're wasteful.
this is why I love you, Paul. Like
Oh,
yes, who would examine the amount of toothpaste that goes on a toothbrush for you to brush your teeth? Like who does that?
I
It's
put
Paul. Paul Roseberry. Paul's the one who would do that. I love that about you.
I
You
don't
know,
like
I was just going to say, my husband will agree with you 100%. I put a quarter of an inch toothpaste on my toothbrush unnecessarily. He will make such a flat line from top to bottom,
yes.
so flat. I'm like, what is that? He goes, that's all you need. So I'm with,
Yes. Yes. It's a men thing again. I would be so curious. I don't have empirical evidence on this. I would like it. I may parlay this into my toilet paper conversations at large. When I start asking people about the toilet paper, I'm going to say, hey, before we go though, what about the toothpaste? Both TP. Now that we mention it, toilet paper, toothpaste, TP.
I
I
love
this
that.
there's something here. And you know
Yeah.
what else I like? You know what I like about this cheap, frugal, amazing listener? When they said they put too much toothpaste on their toothbrush, which they knew, and when they saw it, they before they began brushing, they knew there was too much toothpaste. And then what did they say next? It overfilled their mouth because they didn't take any off. They didn't just throw it in the sink like they could have. They could have rubbed some off their finger. They used it. An unnecessary, probably a useless amount, apparently an uncomfortable amount of toothpaste. They shoved it in their mouth and they made use of it because they don't waste shit they pay for. I
Hmm.
love it. I love it. You know how much the reason I'm fat is because I finish meals that I don't have room to fit in my gut because I paid for them. And it's the principle. I'm not throwing that shit away. I paid for it. I'd rather be uncomfortable and resent the whole meal than throw away the amount that comes after it where I should stop. I
Paul,
love this Venter.
I like this vendor too, but there is such a thing as a doggy bag. You can take the rest of it home.
Everyone knows it's not for the dog. Everyone, no, but the thing is, no, and I've gotten into this. No, because what it is, you know what it is? You get that voice on your head. There's a little bit of the same voice. It's quiet. It goes, oh, I've had a good amount of food. I feel comfortable. Now's a good place to stop. But then you get guys like me who are stressed out by life. I don't eat for nutrition. I eat to take my mind off the pain of life. That's why I eat. I
Okay.
eat. I like the confusion my body gets when I make it uncomfortable with food. It takes my mind off real problems. And I go, my heart goes, Jesus, can I still keep pumping blood? Can we still get air in here right now? And that takes away all my financial woes and where am I in life? And am I, you know what I mean? All that shit goes away when when your body's just trying to survive. So that's why I eat too much. And then I get to that critical point. I took a few extra bites that I shoved in, and there's not enough left over for leftovers. Because then you don't have it in you, to face a waiter, say, hey, can I get a doggy bag? He looks over, there's 2 bites. And you're like, yeah, I'm at that place. I can't physically get that in my body, but I won't throw it away because I'm a lunatic and I'm uncomfortably full. My face is red.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for sharing all that with us.
Yeah,
Really
I need
appreciate
sleep.
that. Should I read the comments?
I don't know. Should I seek help?
No, you don't have any problems.
This is why I'm intermittent fasting. I'm not going to eat until 2.
All right. That's a whole other discussion I'd like to get into, but let me get to
We
the
can
comments because I
another
want to
day.
ask about that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is comment number one. Oh, I heard the vent about ugly feet, and man, I can't stand to look at them. Oh, I think that was on this week, the ugly feet.
Yeah.
Does Chris have ugly feet or does Paul have ugly feet? No, I don't.
I
I'll
don't
bet
know.
Paul has toes that look weird and they need to be covered up. He probably never wears flip-flops. Paul, show us your feet.
I'll show you my foot. I'll show you my foot right now.
No.
I'll show you
Oh
my foot
no.
right now. Don't think
Oh
I'm
no.
above this shit. God damn it.
Oh, that's a nice foot.
It's a pretty nice foot.
And it's clean.
It's very clean. There's nothing
You
wrong
don't
with
have
that
to,
foot.
for people who are just listening, Paul's got his foot in front of the camera and it looks like it's a size 25.
Let me see if I can get you a front angle. Let's
No,
see.
no, Paul, that's enough. We've got enough here. Thank
There's
you,
a
Paul.
profile.
Okay, you can
That's
put
a
the
nice
foot
foot.
down. You
That's a
can,
nice look. Like I've never been like, oh, you know what's gonna really ring her in? Let me get my shoe off so she can see this foot. I've never been
Paul,
like, oh, my foot is so hot. My foot's so hot that that's like my genetic selling point. No, but I've
all right,
never
well,
been
Paul
afraid
has
to show
nice
my
feet.
foot. It's not jacked up or anything. I think
Jesus,
it's a
I didn't think
decent
the guy
foot.
really wanted you to show, but thanks for that, Paul. All right.
Pretty good foot, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Okay,
Well,
comment number two. I like that you venters are real enough to say these vents are wild. Some of them are from nut jobs, but keep laying them honest. I'm a homeless person and a bunch of us are entertained. Okay, thank you for that.
what a twist. What a surprise ending. I'm a homeless
How do they
person.
listen?
And it keeps, well, I'm just picturing a bunch of guys with like gloves with no fingers standing around a 40-gallon drum that's on fire in like in a back lot of like a building, with the bricks that came down. This is awesome.
I
Under a
know.
bridge.
Hey, we welcome everybody, homeless, not homeless, love it.
If anyone's got shit to vent, it's a guy who stands outside all day and just watches society from the outside in.
Yeah.
Give us your homeless vents. Give us your homeless vents. Tell us what you think of the Looney Tunes who go to work every day and
But how did they
stuck in
get a
the race.
computer to send this in? That's interesting.
Well, he stole it. He doesn't give a shit. He's homeless. How does he care? Of
Okay.
course, you stole it. And these guys plug their power into all kinds of weird shit. You never gone down
Yeah, I
Sunset or
have. I've
Santa
seen it.
Monica? These guys find plugs all over. They have air conditioners.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
microwaves, by the way. All right, last comment.
microwaves. Have you been inside a homeless tent, Chrissy?
I walked by when I went, and I actually said to the homeless guy, "Is that a microwave?" He goes, "It sure is." I'm like, "Whoa!" I swear to God, I'm like, "Wow, wow." I mean, the guy lives rent free, and he's got a microwave TV. What else do you need?
Chrissy, you said when we were warming up, you don't feel like you're often funny enough per se or something. And I said, you're funny without realizing it. That's a prime example. You saw a guy in a tent. You thought he was living above his means. So you asked questions about it.
I, I
This
did.
guy can stab you just for looking at him. And you asked about his appliances.
Yeah. I saw a mini antenna. I'm like, what the hell's going on in there? I couldn't believe it. I said, excuse me, but you have a microwave? I said, I wanted to ask him where the hell's the shower, but I'm like, I got to keep walking. But, all right, I
He
got
could have been running a meth lab. You asked about
yeah.
shit. Well, homeless got to have popcorn too, Chris.
All right, comment number 3.
Awesome that you did that.
Last comment. Do you
Really like
people
that.
pay to write in vents? Do you get anything if you submit a vent? I hope you give something because that would be cheap if you didn't. Okay.
Oh, there's always an asshole. What do you think of that, Chrissy?
Well, no, we don't pay people to write in vents. We want to help people by letting you vent so the world understands your angst and we
Yeah.
discuss and we laugh.
Yeah.
No, we don't give you money for that.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what? I'd like to turn on this person. So you've clearly listened to our show. Clearly you've listened to our show. You know what we do. How much did you pay for the entertainment?
Hey, good
Probably
one.
nothing. Probably nothing, right? This is a two-way street. We're not charging people to listen to this shit. We're not on like Patreon. No, seriously,
Yeah.
because some podcasts do that and they make you pay to have access to their goods because they feel very confident they deliver an amazing product. Our product's the shit. All right? We're the fucking bomb. It is a gift to society that you can access us for nothing, for absolutely nothing. You probably logged into some app that plays your pods, and you didn't pay shit for that, nothing. And then you logged in and then you subscribed to us for free, nothing. We come in here and break our asses trying to make society a better place for us all to live. And then you come in. You come in with the audacity to think we should dig in our pockets and shell out to people like you? I'll have everyone know this guy's an asshole. He is the kind of person we vent about. And I'm glad that he listens so he can realize how many of the things that we vent about that are on the list of things he does every day. This guy's a jerk. And I would love to know. I'd love to know more of your opinions on our show. And I hope you keep listening. I'm sure you will. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you think there's a price we should pay, tell us what it is. You tell us, how much should we pay for a good vent? Because then we have to start judging what's a good vent and what's a stupid vent.
Yeah.
You give us $1, a purchasable vent. You tell us what it is. What's your vent that's so good? Oh yeah. Gary says he probably has ugly feet. This guy doesn't even stand on his feet. He wants to be carried. He wants other people to kiss his feet. That's what he wants.
That's
And I bet he
great.
doesn't even trim his nails. No, I want to know, one, what is your purchase caliber vent that we
Okay.
have yet to experience? Then tell us how much you think it's worth. And then from there, we'll probably give you a price of double that you can pay us to talk about it on our platform that we built and you didn't.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for defending us, Paul. And on that
I put
lovely
my foot
note,
down. I put my
yeah.
foot down. My
And a nice looking foot, by the way.
nice looking foot. I got
Well,
two of those. I got two of those, brother.
that's our Ventthis this week, this episode. You want to call in at 818-570-2535. Leave us a voice vent. We love that. Email us at go to our website and check us out, Ventthis Podcast. Yeah, just look us up on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. We're on TikTok, soon to be on X. and on Pinterest. We're everywhere. We're going to
Look
be
at
in
that.
your faces everywhere.
God damn.
Yeah.
Just like the things you can't stand in life.
Yeah.
We're trying to be as ever present as your frustrations, so we can have some balance in this world. Get vent. That should be our new tag. Get vent.
Yeah. Get that. All right. Well, toodles, everybody. Love seeing you all.
Toodaloo.